Hey, welcome back. I'd show off these trail wheels real quick. These came in yesterday, and I bought a used Night Runner that I'm planning on using these on, or these might go on my TRX4 Negative-G build with the 35 hot rod body on it. I just thought I'd show these wheels off real quick before we get into the my first weathering job of the 35 hot rod body. I'll show you what that looks like now. So here she is in the background, all weathered up. These are the paints that I used. So originally because I planned on going with turquoise. I wasn't sure if I should use like a brown color or what to kind of like get the rust effect on the inside. I know typically people say to paint the inside silver, and I thought about doing that, but that didn't happen. And so I ended up painting it on the inside this claret wine color. And then when I started putting the turquoise, actually I did a test piece of Lexan with the turquoise color that I had, and it just didn't look good. So I ended up going a different route, and I kind of scratched my head for a while on what to do, and I came up with in the end it'd be the black over silver with this color underneath, so that when I did my sand throughs, we'd get the silver showing and a little bit of this color showing. And these are the items that I used. For the dents, see all these little dents in here. I just heated it up with this. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a little torch thing. And then I heated it up until I could see that, it was soft enough. And then I just used this and pressed it in. So that's kind of how I got the effects there. I didn't plan on going this far with it, putting dents in it, but as I was going along, I decided to do it, and I think it came out looking pretty good. And then doing the sand throughs, I used wet dry sandpaper and stuff like this to sand it. After I got the final coat, which was the flat black, I used steel wool, and I steel wooled everything. And then I took some of the steel wool and I kind of broke it up into chunks, and I dropped it in a glass. I put it in the glass, and I filled the glass up with vinegar. And so the vinegar, it reacts with the steel wool, and it rusts it out pretty quick. And as you can see, it gets rusty pretty quick. It actually reacts and heats up. After I was done and getting ready to put the matte clear on there, I dumped the vinegar out of this glass, and on the bottom was a rust slurry. And I took this paintbrush and I just painted over the whole body with this rust slurry. Then I let it dry, and so it kind of made like a rust haze over the whole body. And then I kind of just hand washed some of that haze off, but it left it in some of the dented areas. And so that's how I got my rust effect on here. Any little divot or spot that was on here, that this after the hand washing was done, that rust kind of stayed in those spots. So my paints were this claret wine color, and then for the stripes I used this colonial red. I got a couple stripes that are going down the center of it, and this blue. This blue I also use for painting the bodies, the figures inside of here. So it went in this order. Went this claret wine, and then silver over that, and then black over that, and then the final was the matte clear. Now when I I put the silver down, and before I put the black on, I put salt inside of all these little dent spots, and I got a little bit wet so it would stick, and that way when I spray painted over it, and then I cleared out these little dent areas, the salt just pulled away easily, and you still had the silver underneath. And so that's how I achieved that effect. And then, you know, like I said, the final coat, I just I steel wooled, after the black went down, I steel wooled the whole thing. In any spots where the steel wool would take the black off, we had silver underneath. And then I did other things. I used my fingernail to dig some stuff out, you know, to make some effects. And so yeah, that's kind of the process of how I got this weathered look on this 35 hot rod body. I didn't originally plan on going this extreme, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So, also to prep the body, I sanded I used, you know, a light sandpaper like this, and sanded the inside and outside, and then washed the body. So I wanted to guarantee that this paint would stick. It says bond to plastic, but this is Lexan, you know, polycarbonate. And so I wanted to guarantee that this paint would stick. I've painted a couple other bodies with this paint, and as long as I do that process of sanding the body, this stuff does stick very well. So, and this is cheap. This stuff's cheap compared to going and buying a little tiny can of Tamiya or something like that. And they're continuously coming out with new colors for this stuff. So hopefully they get some better earthy looking colors. They got a pretty good range of earthy looking colors now, but there's still a few colors. I'd like to see a better turquoise color. This isn't representing turquoise at all. It's just a light blue, but you know, a better turquoise color, and some other colors that they could release. Anyways, let's check out this 35 hot rod body patina weathering effect. Here she is. Pull it back a little bit. So yeah, even I like the light buckets here in the front grill. I gave these all a little light sanding to remove just a little bit of the chrome in some areas, and should be able to see this stuff right here. This is literally that rust slurry that was on the bottom of the cup after I poured the vinegar off. This is that rust slurry that was on the bottom. So I just literally painted that on, and then went over it with a couple coats of that matte clear in the background there, right here. And same with the light pods. You know, I kind of gave it a light sanding, making sure it would stick, and applied that rust slurry on it. And you know, so you can see it. It's in all these little dents, that rust slurry. And you can kind of almost see it right in here. This is where I covered the whole body with it. Here's some back here where I just left it sitting there. You can see it over the silver there, and then all up in here where it's stuck into all the little indentations. And so yeah, I think it came out really well. The mirrors, it did the mirrors. Hopefully this is giving you a good view of what it looks like. Yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments. I think it came out pretty fucking cool. Pardon my French, but I think it came out really good. Like I said, it wasn't my plan to go this extreme, and this is the first time I've ever done a weather job. Now I did try to do the salt job the way the guys show on the YouTube videos, and I didn't like the way it was coming out, so I stopped doing that process and went forward with this process here. In the videos, they just pile salt everywhere on some of the videos. Other videos, they get more, a little pile here, a little pile there, trying to get the areas where they think rust happens. But I think my effect of just creating that rust slurry out of the steel wall and going over the whole body with it, I think that came out pretty good. I mean, you can see it right down here on this side. When I lift this up into the light, you'll see it. So that's a pretty good rust slurry. So what else? Oh, these are the other trail wheels that I ordered. So these will either stay on this rig or they'll end up on the Night Runner. It depends on these might actually look better on this rig. These might actually look better on the Night Runner, but I'll have to wait till I go pick it up from my brother's house. I bought the Night Runner used off of Facebook Marketplace, and it was up my brother's area, so I had him go pick it up for me. I just need to make the hour-and-a-half drive up to his place to go pick it up. Yeah. Okay, so what else? Originally, I'd put the Hobbywing Fusion Pro 2300 in this, but because this vehicle is going to be more for going vertical, I don't feel that I need the extra top end. And I had a Hobbywing Fusion 1200 just sitting in a box. It was originally in my Ecto, and I had it in my Phoenix for a while. And I'm thinking this is my first vehicle for being able to do vertical rock crawling. Yeah, I don't need the extra KV, so I threw the 1200 in this. I still need to get a radio for it, so I don't have a radio, and I also need to get the lights for the front and rear for this vehicle. They got lights for this body specifically for these light pods, so I need to get that too. But it's already got a steering servo on it. It's got a motor. I just need the radio for it. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Got good flex. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the interiors for the Element Ecto. So this is the driver figures out of the Element Ecto Gatekeeper. And the only thing on this that I'm pretty disappointed about is on the inside mask, I had bleed through. I don't know why, but there's nothing I can do about it now. It's just I'll just consider it part of the patina, the weathering effect. But yeah, it sucks. My mask was off. The stock masks that come with this are super sticky. And once they stick, they're kind of difficult to pull off and readjust. So yeah, I screwed up there. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to cut the windows out. I do have window nets I can go in here if I decide to cut the windows out. They are right back here. These you can get on eBay. They're sold by Lego. So I can't remember. Sold by Lego. They're like a Lego window net for some Legos thing, but they were only $1.99 a piece. So, but yeah, that's it. And this thing in the background is my that's my Matzilla Mantis. And earlier today I had to make this little piece of aluminum to mount right here because I didn't want to do limiting straps, and I have really no place back here to mount them. So I figured I'd do limiting strap chains. Might look a little cooler on this. So yeah, that's what this limiting strap chains. I just screw around with this every now and then. I'd like to get one of the Poison Spider Wraith interiors for this thing, because this is a Wraith-based vehicle. But unfortunately, the Poison Spider Wraith interior is discontinued, so I just got to wait until I see one pop up for sale somewhere. Well, that's kind of why that one, you know, been sitting on the shelf for about 2 years, and it's my forever project. So, anyways, there she is, all finished up. Can't wait to get some run videos on her. Oh yeah, so these GRC axles, I don't think they have brass weights available for these. So I just bought some brass weights for the TRX4 regular axle. And I had to do some heavy modifying to get these to fit. You know, and ended up removing a bunch of material. So I added a little strip of lead back around here to bring some of the weight back. But yeah, I finally got some weight on these axles down low. Pretty excited about that. So yeah, hopefully next time you see this thing, it'll be in a video running. Just need to find an area to go run it. Anyways, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. RC for life, and peace out.